Okay, there's a slight problem, so I'm just gonna have to just move on. So, yeah. The problem with my computer right now, it's being incredibly slow, and it's not working properly. I need to get it fixed. It's like I need to, yeah, get it to be faster. So, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The Hurricane Watchman is here with your latest update on the tropics. Today we've got a lot to talk about, including what we got going on in the Atlantic, and of course now we have, as I talked about yesterday, Tropical Storm Kevin there now with winds according to going to tropical tidbits, and I'm pretty sure the National Hurricane Center here, it's about 50 knots, about 60 miles per hour here, 999 millibars. It is intensifying there, as you can see. I'm going to actually zoom in and sort of talk about Tropical Storm Kevin. But now there you go, 60 miles an hour right there, as you can see, moving away from the coast, and going to be a storm that is going to be moving away from the coast, so it will not be affecting Mexico as much as time goes on. It will be moving away, so it will not be affecting Mexico as much as time goes on. So this is what we got here. Huge blob of convection right here in the center of circulation, which is causing the storm to intensify even more. And so again, winds about 60 miles an hour right now. Not far from hurricane force. Went from 45 last night, now up to I believe at 4 a.m. 6 hours later from 4 a.m. To 10 a.m. Now it's about 60 miles an hour. So that's what we're looking at right here with Tropical Storm Kevin right now. 60 miles an hour, still going through a lot of convective bursts right now. So lots of convection right now in the storm, but it's moving away, so we don't have to worry about a lot of land interaction or any land interaction or any threats to land at the moment with this system. The biggest problem we're looking at right now is what's going on in the North Atlantic. Right now, we got two systems in the next 5 days. Both have, I believe, a 40% chance of development. It's slow, but it's starting to ramp up here in the North Atlantic, and we could see some storms develop and move towards the northern Leeward Islands and the Lesser Antilles. Now, regardless of development, these storms will produce a lot of heavy rain and some gusty winds, and these areas and the Leeward Islands are very mountainous, so they would have a lot of flash flooding and even mudslides, as we would have, the terrain is very mountainous, so we would have a lot of mudslides and landslides in that region of the Leeward Islands and the Lesser Antilles and other parts of the Caribbean that these storms are expected to move over. So I want to go to the National Hurricane Center and just show y'all what I'm talking about right here with, yeah, those are the systems. The one on the far right, you don't need to worry about. It's these two systems right here. This one and this one, they're both moving in the same direction. So this storm has a better chance, I think, of really impacting more parts of the Caribbean, as it has a larger area where it could develop right here, and generally in this region of the North Atlantic. So that is what we're looking at right now. Pretty worried about the fact that it's going to be moving over this entire region of the North Atlantic and could be producing some very heavy rain over the Lesser Antilles, British Virgin Islands, U.S. Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, Haiti, the entire island of Hispaniola, even parts of Jamaica, and again Cuba, and even the Bahamas. And honestly, as time goes on, this continues to move through. It's going to, intensify, and we could deal with some incredibly heavy rain. So again, the biggest threat from this storm, regardless of development, is definitely the heavy rain. I kind of want to show you the development of these systems, and what these storms are actually looking like on satellite right now, so we have a better idea of what we in fact are looking at. Again, I almost forgot to turn the microphone up. So now y'all should be able to hear me very, very well with no problems at all. Okay. What's going on right here? Yeah, we were having some problems. Shit. This isn't good. Okay, we're still good here. Yeah, everything crashed on me, so I have no idea if I'm actually live anymore. This could actually be a problem. I should still be live, given that I have no idea if I'm actually live at the moment. Give me a second, y'all. I gotta pull this up on my phone to make sure I'm actually streaming. Perfect, I am. Wonderful. Good, I am live. Perfect. Amazing. Okay. I wanted to look at back to tropical tidbits. So here is Invest 92L. It doesn't even exist anymore. 0% chance of development. Oh, I don't know which one's closer to land. This is Invest 94. This is the one that looks a lot more healthier. So there it is. Actually, it might be this one right here. As you can see, there is an incredible amount of convection with that system right there. Lots of convection right here in this region of Invest, under the end of the area of investigation. And so it has a better chance of developing and becoming a tropical system that would, well, we got to watch very carefully in terms of what this storm could do. Moving in this general direction along the Caribbean. It's going to be producing a lot of heavy rain and a lot of gusty winds in that area. So, big threats with this system. I'm going to pull up our official forecast track for these invests here from the Hurricane Watch team. Here it is. This is our official forecast track. I don't think he ever finished it. He never finished it. Okay, so this is what we got so far for Invest 94L. Here's where we're at right now. As we continue to move through, we do think there will be at least mild conditions, mild land effects along this region, along most of the Caribbean and Lesser Antilles, but parts of Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, the entire island, Hispaniola, Cuba, even parts of southern Florida. Now that again, 120 hours out is a very long way out in this region, so we can't really say there will be any effects, given that one, the storm hasn't even developed, and there's not even an official forecast track here from the National Hurricane Center. We just have a basically, it's not even a cone of uncertainty, it's just an area that the National Hurricane Center believes it will go in on their general direction of where it is going to be moving and where it could be developing. So this is our forecast track right now for MS94L as it's going to be moving in this direction and moving northwestward across the Caribbean. Now again, we do think it's going to be an invest for quite some time, maybe become a tropical depression farther down the road here in the next 60 to 70 hours. And then roughly about 90 to about 100 hours from now, we do think it will intensify to a 40-mile-per-hour tropical storm. So that's what we got here. 94 hours, the one we're really monitoring right now, the one that we're really worried about in terms of what we could be seeing here. So again, a tropical storm right now is the biggest possibility with the system that we think. So a lot of convection with that system right now, as you can clearly see. I actually want to go over the models of the North Atlantic, mainly just to watch and see what we're going to be dealing with in terms of tropical development. And then again, we'll also be doing one at 1 p.m. Central Time also. So this is the GFS right now. And that is that system there in the East Pacific right over here that we could be seeing something develop, and it could in fact be pretty bad. But it really honestly looks like that system really gets its act together after it gets through the Caribbean. Now regardless, it's going to move through the Caribbean, as you can see, moving right through this region. But roughly once it gets out of the Caribbean into the West Atlantic there, you can see it begins to actually get itself developing again, 1009. And then that's where it begins to really intensify just there off the mid-Atlantic coast. There, and it begins to intensify a lot more, as you can see. Right now, just I want to make a little, give a little announcement. We really need other people to be part of the Hurricane Watch team because we want to make this go through school and have a decent channel thriving. But unfortunately, we cannot make that happen right now if we don't have anyone part of the Hurricane Watch team. So if you want to be a Hurricane Watch team and help out the Hurricane Watch team to be a better, to make a better community and make and help the channel grow even more and see the Hurricane Watch team grow into a more successful YouTube channel and have a better community, feel free being part of it. Just you can email us at hurricanewatchteam@gmail.com. It would be highly appreciated if you would do that. So anyway, so we have 93L, 94L, 92L. Yeah, we have a lot of storms. We also have Invest 91C in the Central Pacific. There again, you can see this moving into the west, beginning to make its way to the West Pacific. Yeah, starting the Central Pacific, moving its way into the West Pacific. So, pretty interesting. We got 91W, as you can see, it is incredibly far north. I do not see this thing developing into anything. This is so far north. This is like right off the coast of the island of Russia. So I don't see this developing into anything at all whatsoever. 93L, this is what we're looking at here. Again, it has a lower chance of development. It could just, there's a chance it could just go out to sea. 94L is the one that we're more worried about. As you can see, the global models are anticipating that this will move right along the Caribbean. Some of them are saying the Gulf of Mexico. More of them are actually saying the Gulf of Mexico than going to the East Coast. So we have to closely watch and monitor what this storm does. Now again, some of these are over 180 to 200 hours out by the time it even gets close to the southern United States. So we have to monitor this and closely monitor this to see if this actually develops. See the Saharan air layer, see what we got in terms of wind shear, and what the high pressure is. The high pressure, we got the wind shear, and we got the Saharan air layer. Those all play major factors in the development and the direction of where, well, mainly the high pressure in terms of the direction, but the intensity, you got temperatures, Saharan air layer, and wind shear determine the intensity. And the direction determines the currents in the atmosphere, and obviously the high pressure is what pushes these low pressure systems around the North Atlantic. So in terms of intensity right here, we are dealing, all the models show a tropical storm. Some of them even show a Category 1 hurricane. So some of these show a tropical storm as early as 24 hours. Others show 36 hours to 48 hours. I really think it's going to be more like 60 hours out, given how this is going to be interacting with land, and we got some Saharan air layer. And we really got a lot. To worry about, right now because we got a lot of heavy rain. So, I'm really watching and seeing what this does. So, 92L, don't gotta worry about it. 91C, not gonna develop it to any. Or no, not 91C. That Invest. No, where's that at? Oh, that area investigation. Yeah, you know what I mean. Tropical Storm Kevin, moving away from the Gulf, away from Mexico. 92L, not gonna develop. 91C, just in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. 93L, I think 94L has the biggest chance of development right now. There's 94L from the earliest satellite imagery right now, as you can see. Any questions? Not a single question. So that is something we're looking at right now. The islands aren't even visible right now. Aren't even in the shot. But trust me, this is headed west towards the Lesser Antilles. So I'll be giving you all the latest updates on this system, and we'll be carefully monitoring the system as it continues to make its way to the west towards the Lesser Antilles and Leeward Islands. Again, regardless of development, you need some rotation there in the last few frames where this really starts to make that counterclockwise rotation. So I really see this really starting to get its act together, really starting to be bringing itself together, and really starting to intensify a lot more. So right now, that's what we're looking at right now with Invest 94L. Falling over there. So, does anyone have any comments, questions, or concerns about Invest 94L? or any of these other systems right now. Now, the West Pacific, we're not really super worried about it. Yes, there'll be some heavy rain, but again, all that is in a jet stream moving off to the north and to the east very, very quickly right now. So those storms are headed out of here. So right now, this is all we have left. Really, mainly in the Atlantic is the biggest area of development, and where they could be threatening the most land. The West Pacific, all that stuff is moving away. In the East Pacific, it's all moving away from Mexico. And in the North Atlantic, everything is headed towards land. So again, the North Atlantic is where we're going to be mainly focusing everything in terms of development is going to be in the North Atlantic. Is where a lot of the development is at that is affecting land. Oh, we got some websites here. Wonderful. Okay, so here is Invest 93L. So as you can see, the sea surface temperatures do slowly decrease a tiny bit and then increase quite a bit. The shear rises a lot and then just drops off almost. The humidity does in fact go up. It's about 60% right now. It does show that it increases to about 70% and then drops off. And then decreases a little bit down to about 65 to 60% or so. And then our track continues to move to the northwest and then to the west. This is Invest 91. Oh no, this is Central Pacific. Excuse me, this is the Central Pacific storm. Yeah, Invest 91 in the Central Pacific. There we go. And then also we now this is for the West Pacific, ladies and gentlemen. This is Tropical Storm Mirinae. Again, winds are about 50 miles an hour. It is moving pretty quickly away from the coast of Japan. Not going to be a huge threat to land at all. So this system has made landfall. Again, it's pretty weak. Only 45 mile an hour winds. The biggest threat is going to be rain. And then it's just going to move. By Monday, it's going to be over north central Japan. 24 hours after that, it will be off the sea. And then another 24 hours away, it will be well off the coast. So by Tuesday morning, it will be well away from Japan. Wind speed. Wind field. I need the wind field. So this one is with the wind field. So there's the wind field. The wind field is well to the south of this system, as you can see. So there are tropical storm conditions in southern Japan right now, but this is going to continue to move with the system. Now this one right here, as you can see, pretty big wind field, but again to the south, to the southwest, to the south central, to the southeast, even to the northeast, and a little bit to the west of the southern circulation. There is some tropical storm force winds. So you kind of have this sort of system right here. This continues to move away from Japan, not affecting land at all. So these systems, again, won't really be affecting land or anything like that, fortunately. Now, this is 93L, pretty far away from the Lesser Antilles, but in some of the intensity does show a hurricane. A lot of the models don't even show it becoming anything. It's sort of staying pretty much not kind of anything intense. Now, sea surface temperatures are increasing. Relative humidity is decreasing because it is air and air layer. And however, wind shear is decreasing, so there's a chance that this could develop into something. Okay, resume. Air pressure. Okay. So there's that area of high pressure that we're talking about. Look at this. What's that? Oh, I thought that said 1,050. I was like, okay, that's a problem. No, 1,030 there. Millibars right there. So I do want to move down here. Actually, I don't want to use this. I want to just use wind and have an idea of how strong we're to be dealing here with the wind speeds. All right, straight off to 20 hours. Not a lot. So you can kind of see, I think the biggest, I'm actually going to just try to straight to wind. I mean, straight to rain, because I think your biggest problem right now is going to be how much rain we're going to be dealing with from these systems. Okay. Switch members. Change model. Sure. Accumulated total precipitation. This is so stupid. Oh my god, this is so frustrating too. Clearly this hasn't done nothing. There we go. So as you can see here, we're going to be seeing a lot of heavy rain over the Caribbean. If we zoom in this region, you can really see how much rain we're talking about. That's I can't even read that says. 4.7 inches going right between these two countries. I don't know what countries those are though. Now, as you can kind of, okay, I don't even know how much rain that is. You can see lots of heavy rain over these countries right here. If we continue to move in this direction along where we think the center circulation in the storm is going to go, you can see it moves right through here. Puerto Rico, I think Puerto Rico could see 3 to 6 inches of rain with this storm. It's certainly possible, as you can see, just south of Dominican Republic and parts of the Dominican Republic. Now, in Dominican Republic, you have incredibly high mountains of about 10,000 feet, roughly right in this region. So, you get 8, 9 inches of rain in Dominican Republic, it would cause an incredible amount of flooding. Doesn't even have, like, usually you can kind of tell, maybe it goes through here. But again, there's going to be an incredible amount of flooding in the Caribbean. We're going to see a lot of flooding in Puerto Rico, and Puerto Rico's over here. Puerto Rico's over here. And we're going to see a lot of flooding over Jamaica, Cuba. Jamaica's down here. And then you can kind of see where it kind of falls apart right in this region. And then it begins to pick back up. As you can see, now well off the coast, a lot of heavy rain, so... Again, this is certainly going to be something difficult to track. What is this? Okay, I don't need to know about this. This is Anna from 2021. But yeah, this is the storm that we're watching very, very, very carefully, and what could possibly cause a lot of threats to land here in the future. So we're going to definitely be giving continuously giving updates on these other system in the future, and get what's going on here. Okay, and continuously we're going to keep on I can't speak. What's going on here? Now I do kind of want to. Here we go. I don't really know what to say about this. But this is the storms that we've gotten so far. This is not working very well, is it? Okay. That's not going to allow me to just move this over here, is it? No, it won't. I'm not even going to try that because it's not even going to work. I just want to keep this short and sweet so I don't keep up everyone's time. This storm is very likely going to, regardless of development, it's going to produce very, very heavy rain and gusty winds throughout most of the entire Caribbean. So I don't want to keep y'all forever. I'm probably going to end this off here pretty soon. With all that being said, have a wonderful rest of your morning. I will talk to everyone at 1 p.m. Central Time. This storm will produce a lot of heavy rain and possibly some flooding as it continues to moves farther to the west towards the Caribbean. With all that being said, guys, have a wonderful rest of your morning, and I'll talk to you guys later today. Peace out.